Do you feel like there's any kind of like mindset or philosophy that goes into all of that too?
I don't know. Heard different people have different philosophies. I guess mine is more. I could never pronounce the guy's name. I wish I could, but he has a Stoic mindset. Is Marcus Aurelius, or I can't pronounce his name as I'm butchering it, but it's way
I
back
want to
in the
butcher
day.
it too.
Yeah, and back in the day, he wrote this whole series. It was apparently journal pages on how because he ended up being an emperor, and he wrote all these journal pages about how he could be better. And when he died, people took his journal and was like, dude, this guy was brilliant, and ran with it. And it was more, his thing was more about, I can't control everyone, I can control me. I can't stop people from doing this, but here's how I can deal with the fallout of it. And I just really, really like that. Now I wish I could pronounce his name since have that kind of philosophy.
Yeah, I think it. I might butcher it too. I'm not the best with names, but I think it's like Aurelius or something. Aurelius. I don't.
Yeah, when you see it written, and when I've heard it and I see it written, I'm like they sound similar, but I'm never gonna say it right.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I'm from as a Minnesotan. All my O's are long and horrible, so I'm like, I don't. That guy, Marcus the Stoic. I could tell you
That's yeah,
absolutely.
so yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard a lot of like I think there's a guy named Ryan Holiday on YouTube. I've heard a lot of him like bring up that guy.
Okay.
But I didn't know that he was like an emperor and all these really cool things. So now I'm like, well, now I have research I gotta do.
Yeah, it was a king or an emperor, at least from what I read. And I was like, guy sounded pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Huh. Yeah, I think it's always important to just have some kind of philosophy or some kind of like cornerstone really to stand on. Where your mindset is from or where you're going. A purpose, a meaning, really.
Yeah, I'd say that one would be mine.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Well, I'm glad that you were able to come on. Do you guys have other like events or like things going off that I can certainly support you on any kind of social media or the community of Cheyenne can support you?
Yeah, really, the next big thing that we have going on, uh, we haven't got it set, but we're working on a women's self-defense kind of course. It'd be like
Oh,
a couple weekends. Um, we when we do those, I haven't done one in a little bit, but have you heard of a guy named Gavin DeBacker?
no. No.
So he wrote a book called The Gift of Fear.
Oh,
It
okay.
was it was he was an I don't think he still is, but he was an FBI agent, and he wrote this book based off of all of the interviews of victims that he had. So he said that the victims always felt like it was um, just out of nowhere. It was chaos. They don't know why. He said that to them it was that way, but to the person that attacked them, it was pinpointed. It's
Wow.
usually random. And so his book was a huge eye opener. And so we go through some of the stuff from the Gift of Fear of things that he thought would have been really helpful when these victims thought would have been helpful had they not had like
Mm.
giant bushes hiding their doorway or dark lit hallways and stuff like that. So we try and do this women's self defense course of looking at um, they call them signs or can I think now? My brain just went blank. Anyways, just things that put an attacker where they look out of place. And so you're like, that guy's looking weird. Maybe I shouldn't be around here. Looking at that. And then, should you be attacked? Some simple things that should help. And so, yeah, we're getting ready to do a couple of those.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, but
Okay.
I haven't set a date right off.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are you gonna be posting some of that stuff like on Facebook or where can everybody find you?
Yeah, so we'll be posting it on Facebook and on our Instagram page. which is the American legacy. So
Okay, yeah, I'll have to share that with all my gal pals now. They're gonna be excited about that too, I'm sure.